Sorry in advance for the background noise. I'm watching my brother and sister, aka they feel they have the pass to scream and be as loud as they want despite us living in an apartment complex. It's lit. So hey, what's up you guys, it's Steph. Today we're here to do something I don't normally do on my channel because it usually tanks and no one really watches them. Although it's kind of the same throughout BookTube, it seems like, unless it's like a super hyped book. I'm here to do a book review for my choice for Book of the Month's YA Book of the Month, and that is Color Me In, a novel by Natasha Diaz. Color Me In is a debut YA novel by Natasha Diaz, who wrote the story based off of her own experiences. Honestly, so far I haven't really seen too much hype about this book and too many people talking about this book, because the more common Book of the Month YA book that everyone seems to be getting is House of Salt and Sorrow, but this one really drew my attention when I saw it on the Book of the Month website, and when I got it I was very excited, and when I read it, it was just as good as I expected, actually even better. If you want to see my Goodreads review of this book, it's kind of a condensed version of what I'm going to talk about today, but I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. Also be my friend on Goodreads, I don't have a lot of friends on there. So this book follows Anivia from about a year in her life. We start when she's about 15, we go until a little bit after her 16th birthday. So Anivia and her mom have recently moved to Harlem with her aunt and cousins because unfortunately her parents have gotten a divorce. Now before this divorce, Anivia never really thought too much about her mixed background. Her mother and her mother's side of the family are black, and then her father is very white and Jewish. Navia's white passing, she's never really thought too much about her roots until this breakup happens and she is thrust right into this neighborhood in Harlem. Navia's cousins find her too pampered, too privileged, too selfish to really understand what it means to truly be black. And then her Jewish side, she just never really knew, because growing up, her father didn't push it on her. It wasn't until the divorce that he decided, you're gonna have a belated bat mitzvah and we're gonna do this, okay? Okay. This book is so full of diverse characters and diverse experiences. I really don't understand why BookTube isn't hyping this up or picking this book up. Anivia lives primarily with her mother's side of the family ever since she came home one day and their father left their stuff on the lawn and kicked both her and her mother out. Her father is a scumbag, by the way, just absolute scumbag. There are parts of this book that are hard to read, but unfortunately they are realities for people of color. Anivia is witness to several of these instances, but because she is white passing, she's never directly on the receiving end. Slowly throughout the story, Anivia finds her voice and slowly becomes more comfortable with who she is as a half-black, half-Jewish, biracial woman. Young woman. She's 16. The divorce aspect of the story is what really hit home for me. My parents divorced when I was like 1, so obviously they divorced way earlier than Navia's parents divorced in the story. But seeing the effects the divorce has on your parents, listening to them constantly argue over you, and just feeling like you are part of the reason why your parents' lives are ruined or went off track, and now they're just forever attached to this person that they now hate, I felt that. Maybe the book didn't so much go over the last point, but there's just this guilt that comes with being a kid of divorce. It sucks. You know, dealing with divorce is hard. Anivia has an outlet though. She writes poetry. She writes beautiful poetry about how she feels inside, how difficult it is to deal with that, difficult to deal with being a biracial teen. She doesn't understand how she fits in. She doesn't see how she can fit in. On one side of her culture she doesn't know, on the other side doesn't seem to want her based off of her cousins' just reactions to her white privilege because she is white passing. There are several instances throughout the book where we get snippets of her poetry and we see just passages of her poetry that she writes down and that she shares and she performs. Even on the cover there is an example of her poetry in this whited out version of her between, I assume, her cousins. I kind of forgot to mention it on the first time I filmed this video, so I redid it in case you can't tell. There are just so many things that this book hit on, and there are just so many aspects I feel like so many of us can relate to, but no one really seems to be giving this book much mind. I hope more people read this book, and not to sound super promo, but you can find it on the Book of the Month YA website through my affiliate link down below, because I'm a Book of the Month YA affiliate. That's how I discovered this book, and I am extremely happy that I had the opportunity to pick up and read this book and share it with you guys, because it's really phenomenal in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I would love to see more people like pick up this story and express their thought. The fact that this is all based on the author's own experience of her parents splitting up, being told she has to be raised Jewish and as per the custody agreement, despite her dad never really having that in her life. It's just, she puts so much of herself in the book, and I really like when authors do that. Like, when authors do it well, it's, you can feel it. You can feel the emotion in that, and I really enjoyed that about this book. There are so many aspects. I don't want to go full spoiler mode about this book, but there were just so many things that were enjoyable. There were so many things that were hard to read. There were so many things that just felt real. Like I said, if you want to check this book out, you can check my link down below. And because I am an affiliate, if you do go through my link and end up purchasing this book or any book on the Book of the Month YA website, I made a video of my unboxing and talk a little bit more about the other books. I'll leave it up above and down below as well. But if you do buy the book through my link, I will get some sort of compensation back, and I'll use it to pour it back into the channel and hopefully find more amazing reads like this one. This book was just extremely enjoyable in my opinion. I've been in sort of a reading slump for this whole month ever since the reading rush, and this is the first physical book I've read. It's really, the story gripped me and it kept me wanting to read because there were aspects I could relate to. It was just a really good story. There's so many things. There's being a biracial teen in today's America. There is being from a certain culture, but you don't really fit that culture. You don't really know that culture because of your upbringing, and it's later in life that you're really learning about your culture. Like, there's so many things this book hits on, and I feel like so many on BookTube can enjoy it, but everyone's picking up the fantasy book instead. I can understand wanting to escape reality, but this is such a good book. Like, it was so enjoyable. I just really recommend it, guys. It was so good. I can't express it. Like I said, I did kind of like a condensed thing of my thoughts on Goodreads, if you want to check that out. I'm not sure what else to say about this book. I thought it was extremely well done, especially for a YA debut. I thought it was a phenomenal book. Not that it matters, but I gave it 5 stars. It was incredible, and hopefully more people decide to check out this book because it was extremely good. I'm kind of bummed because it did compete with The House of Salt and Sorrows for the August Book of the Month, and so I feel like that book is being a lot more hyped than this story, so unfortunately this story is falling into the background while that one takes the main hype of BookTube. But I really feel like this is a book worth reading before the end of 2019, or whenever you have a chance to pick it up. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. This is a really enjoyable book. Maybe I'll go like more spoilery at some other time, but I really just want to talk about this book and hype it up because I really enjoyed it, and I would love to see more people talk about it. I know I keep repeating that fact really just because it's true. I really loved it, and that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you all have a lovely day/night.